I do background work for Hollywood, retired, started doing like extra work. And I've seen where they're paying protesters, fake protesters, to protest against Musk and Trump.
Well, guys, I struck out this weekend. I spent the weekend going around Hollywood, West Hollywood, Santa Monica, and even a Trump protest down in Irvine today. And to be honest, everyone is completely Trump fatigued. It was incredibly dry, flat, and uninteresting. So to try to make a video, I came out here to Huntington Beach since I was already down here. And turns out this is a little bit of a Trump oasis. How do you feel about President Trump's first 100 days in office?
Well, I'd say it's a lot better than our last president, to be honest. I'm a big Donald Trump fan. He's going to get us right, especially these next 4 years. We're going to go through this little recession, of course, but when it comes to how the country's been running, obviously everybody's been happier. There's been a lot more people outside. Gas is getting cheaper and cheaper by the day, so I've been happy with it.
Well, anybody who pays attention to real news knows he's doing an awesome job. I've actually seen, I do background work for Hollywood, retired, started doing like extra work. And I've seen where they're paying protesters, fake protesters, to protest against Musk and Trump. So there's some heavy hitters out there that basically run the world financially that don't want Trump making America great again. But people are smart enough to figure out the real news and vote for Trump.
I think it's amazing because that's what we voted for, to get the crime out and the border closed.
What's been your favorite thing he's done so far?
The border and the crime.
Have you noticed anything different in your life since Trump took office?
Yeah, I feel more safe at home, actually. I really do, because of the border.
I'm pretty delighted, honestly. Somebody that keeps a word. He said he did exactly what he said he was going to do. Came in, send the illegals back, put tariffs on countries to make an even playing field for everybody. People that travel much, I travel every year a few times, and you can see what other countries do. They're always taking advantage of the states. I'm very impressed to see what he's done.
Wonderful. He's doing a great job. I hope he keeps on doing a great job the rest of his term.
We're very happy. We're very happy.
2
years we changed our party. Definitely, yes.
What made you change?
We saw reality. We saw what really was going on around us.
Democrats.
Yes.
Democratic, yeah.
It was too radical for us, I'm sorry. But, you know, we had to think about our grandchildren, our future children. And one thing is, he's doing what he says he's going to do and what he was going to do.
What's been your favorite thing the Trump administration has done so far?
I'd say ending like all the tension between like all the other countries and stuff, everything that Biden caused when it comes to like warfare and stuff. I'd say we were a very scared country maybe 9-10 months ago, but now we're walking like a confident USA again. So I'd say shaking a lot of hands like President Trump's supposed to, you know. So that's my favorite thing about him right now.
You know, all the DOGE that he's having, you know, getting taken care of, you know, all the waste and fraud, and I guess that'd be my favorite, that he's stopping the funding of, like, The View with Whoopi Goldberg. There's a fund of about 1.8 million, I recall. They pay her to lie to us, to propagandize us. People are paid on TV to, you know, using our own tax dollars to lie to us and make us think the way they want us to.
We never were invited to the Oval Office to see what it looks like and what they talk about. That means they care about us. They have nothing to hide. We knew nothing.
Yeah, like I said, he's just a wonderful man.
Yeah.
I hope he runs for a second term,
Yes.
a third term.
I used to be a federal government employee, and I saw a lot of things. There was things we weren't able to share because that was the policy, that was the rule. But I'm glad that they're finding out what's really going on out there, because it's best for us. It's best for everyone. But people think that it's a sin. Don't get in our business. No, that business is our money.
Are you happy to see woke has been officially pronounced dead?
Is it? But yeah, I guess I would be happy about that. Yeah.
We are in California, so we are still dealing with a little bit of the woke fallout, but there's still a little bit more of a battle to be fought. But what else would you like to see Trump do in the next year?
If those protests of the woke are being paid. Are they paying them to do that?
I have heard some rumors being spread about that. Have you seen any of the protests here in Huntington?
Yeah, I have. It went from Trump protests to the quite opposite, right here at the pier.
What do you mean? Can you expand on that?
It went to they hate Trump. They want him in jail. They want him, impeached. All those things.
What do you think is the best thing this administration has done so far?
Take out a lot of these gang members. I live here in Orange County, and I'm shocked how much faster peace has come back to the streets just in the first 100 days. It's unbelievable. At nighttime, a lot of chaos right during election time. And just in these last 45, 60 days, it's gone way down to what it used to be. So I'm very, very happy to see what's been happening.
Now, I've been covering a lot of the protests that have been happening all throughout Southern California over the last few weeks. A lot of these people on the left say Trump is destroying the Constitution, Trump is destroying democracy. Why do you think they say these things?
I think that they say that because they don't quite understand exactly what they're fighting for. You got to know what you're fighting for in order to be able to fight. The biggest thing is these guys don't realize what's going on is they just go with whatever propaganda that they see. But you have to be able to say, hey, why? What makes sense? What makes you be happy? What makes your dreams come true? All the things that he's done is putting you closer to your dreams. Why would you be upset at somebody that's going to put you closer to your dreams? So anybody that's going to have chaos and say all this stuff, do they really look into the details?
California has always been known for really the heart of skating and surf culture, and I've always loved that. Over the last few decades, it really got taken over by the woke mob, and it's completely changed. But I will say, I think Huntington Beach is it's still got that feel of like that really classic California vibe to it, and I'm a fan of this area. How do you think we can make California great again?
By getting Governor Newsom out.
That's a pretty good start.
I don't know if you're agreeing with me, but that's how we feel.
How do you think we can make California great again?
Hopefully just pray. I prayed a lot to stop voter fraud that stopped Trump from getting in 2020, and this time it worked. Gavin Newsom and his people actually want California to burn. In Hawaii, in Lahaina, Maui, they burned that down on purpose. And we're watching them steal that land from those people. They starve them off the land, just like they're trying to do here in California. They won't let the people go back and rebuild because of safety. But that's the agenda, is to create they call it
land grab.
LA 2.0, which is basically the elite taking that land and building a smart city in the name of climate change. If you Google smart city climate change, LA 2.0, you'll see that is on the agenda, to steal the land and create these climate change cities where they control you. The climate change is the excuse. Control is the agenda.
How do you think we can make California great again?
Well, for one, we need a confident governor. That's everybody can see that. Nobody wants to see inflation like this guy's done. He's a complete. He's done a horrible job. Newsom is. I don't have anything good to say about him.
We got a governor race coming up next year. Is there anyone you have in mind you'd like to see go for it?
I heard Grant Cardone might run. I'm really excited if he runs. I'm a huge Grant Cardone fan, and if he comes in, I would definitely back him. I definitely like to see how he puts business into a lot of people's everyday and make them motivated. I would definitely back him.
I think he just lost his house, or one of his houses, in the fires as well. So he's probably very motivated.
Yeah, absolutely. And even with these fires, so I'm a general contractor. I'm helping several people even here in Altadena. These houses have been burnt down, and I can't believe the way that they handled everything. So I'm a general contractor, and they wouldn't even give me a lot of the fire cleanup work just because I wasn't union, for one. Another one, too, is that they've just given everything to FEMA. And FEMA, I went in right after the fires happened, and they didn't give me one bit of fire cleanup work. I had to go out to the residents, and they told me I couldn't give my cards out to people there that were trying to get help. Here I am, a local citizen here in California, and they wouldn't even give me the work, but they'd give it to people out of state. How does that make any sense? What kind of game, what kind of racket is this?
Can you expand on that more, how they've been handling the fire relief? How do you think they should be doing things differently?
they should definitely let the homeowners decide who cleans up their fires. Why would you give all this money to FEMA, who's only in the interest of their own deep pockets? You can't even go to Pacific Palisades without a pass. I'm very well of several clients that have gone out there in business to try to help with the fires, and if you even offer to give out your card, FEMA's saying they're going to kick you off the projects. So how is that an open, how is this a capitalist country? This is a communist country if you let that kind of stuff go on. It's just proof.
Do you think Trump is a racist?
No, he's not a racist. He's around a lot of African Americans. He's around a lot of minorities in general. So if he was racist, then this country would be how it was in the 60s and the 50s. It's not, everybody's walking, like, if you see, like, there's mixed people walking around together. It's more of a democracy than it's ever been. So if this is racism, then I don't know what the hell is going on, So I'm as happy as I've ever been.
So you mentioned that you were a former Democrat and that they became too kind of radical for you. What do you think the Democrats went too radical with?
First of all, I know they have fear. Why would you get upset about something that what you believed in? So they believed in freedom of speech, protecting the poor, taking care of everyone. That's not true if you've been stealing from us. So we found that, we saw it a long time ago. When Trump came in the first term, I was so happy because I know he had restrictions. I knew he did, and he couldn't do what he wanted to do. But then now he has the proof, and now he can do what he has to do. And it's not fair to see the homeless people. I'm a social worker, and I see the homeless people, and I'm thinking, where did all that money go? Why are they not helping them? I used to work with the homeless people in the 70s, and we would give them vouchers. They were never in the street like when the Democratic Party came full force in. Where's the money? Where's the money? And it hurts you.
Put America first before any other country.
Yes.
Take care of the people here, and then worry about other countries. Right now, this is the place you got to worry about right now.
Why do you think the left or the liberals are so against like the DOGE initiative and everything the Trump administration has been doing so far?
Well, because it cuts off their funding of corruption. George Soros is enemy number one. Worldwide. He funds evil. This USAID organization, using our tax dollars to fund, our own demise, basically. They want to control the world, and America, we're too free. They can't have a free people on the planet they're trying to control, so they're trying to destroy us through woke, gender confusion, perversion, anti-biblical ideologies. That's how you destroy a country.